Thomas, how are you doing?
Scott. Happy Friday Eve.
It is a good one. It's a good one. This week was long. Like today was long. I don't know. Probably because we were waiting forever for a verdict that should have taken about 10 minutes and it never came. That's what made today so long.
Yeah. Oh, you know what's wild? My wife and I were talking about this afternoon. We were doing some cleanup in the garage, and we were sitting here going, like, this week went by so fast. It's so weird. And I hate to admit this to the people, but it's because I didn't play pickleball Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
Which I played Monday through Friday. So I didn't start until Wednesday. And so today being only the third day, we felt like today should be Wednesday. And it's scooting by.
Yeah.
Pickleball for the win yet again.
I forgot to tell you, I took my son to the airport, right? He left. The next oldest one left the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the airport, baggage carousel, there's a woman completely passed out on the baggage carousel. I'm like, should I do something?
She's totally pickled.
No, it's okay. She came around.
Oh.
It was good. I better get somebody else in here so that I don't get hit with tomatoes. Do you think we should?
We need help.
We need help.
We need help.
We need backup.
Bring in the lefty.
Boom!
Here we go. Brian, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, y'all. Hello, everyone. It is so great to see everyone again and be back on here with my peeps.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, what's up in your life? I mean, give us just like the 2-minute rundown.
2-minute rundown. Well, I'm still doing the community service thing. I'm still an officer, having a good time with that. And I am proud to say I'm about 90 days away from being a first-time father.
Wow. That is awesome. Congratulations. Where's the party sound for that? I think I got a party sound somewhere. I set off the police one. There's a scratch that. There we go. That's
I am terrified and excited all at the same time. So that has been ruling my world and making sure the wifey is okay, the baby's okay. And as of today, everything is going right on track.
That is awesome. That is awesome to hear. I can't wait to hear how exciting it is to have your world completely turned upside down.
Oh, right? I know. I know. I will be taking my FMLA leave, which is 12 weeks. So I guess you can probably catch me like halfway through that. And we're like, we'll have Officer Arias come on here, and I'm just going to be in this chair like this.
Toasted.
Oh, that is really cool. I'm congratulations in advance, and to you and your wife. That is
Thank
awesome.
you.
We'll have you and her in our prayers. Everything's just gonna be awesome, and can't wait.
Yes, I'm blessed beyond measure right now. Like I'm so happy, and so I'm just trying to get through work and make it till the end. So we'll see what happens coming in about 90 days.
That is awesome.
I have no doubt that you will be a great father because I've seen how you deal with the adults that behave like children in the Citizens Academy, police academies. Firsthand, I've witnessed from the class I was in and the classes I helped in. There was a lot of adult children that you handled very gracefully. So when it's your own, and your kid's probably going to be better behaved than some of the adults.
I don't know. My wife said it the other day. She's like, that kid is going to rule you. And I went, I know. You're just going to have to be like, no, stay the course.
Yeah. And let's see, 90 days. Let's see. Barb actually put it. Where's Barb's comment? Just in time. You should be able to claim on the taxes.
Yes. And deductibles. Yeah. Don't forget deductibles.
That adds up really quick. I tell you, this worked out well for me having 6 kids. I mean, it's just, 1 is nice, but 6 is like cha-ching. It's
kind of, right?
It's great option. Very expensive as well.
Yeah. Brian Mindy FS asks, is it a girl? ?
Maybe not.
Oh, it's gonna be secret. Cool. Love it.
I promise I'll get back on here, but most of the people close to us know what it is because we had to go a different route. Me and my wife actually had to do IVF. That's in vitro fertilization. So shout out to anybody out there going through that or have done it. Mad props.
Yeah.
It's wow. That's all I can say. But
Yeah.
everything has worked. So I'm very blessed. But we'll keep that one close to the chest right now.
That's
Cool.
awesome.
Cool. Yeah, your story's wild. I won't share anything outside or anything more of what you shared with me, but like you just said, anyone going through that, shout out to them because that's not an easy process situation.
It is not.
I know you and your wife dealt with a whole lot going through it and everything, so it's just fantastic, wonderful.
I will
stick
say
with it, right?
Yes, I will say my wife is the absolute most amazing thing. She is the rock. She has gone through so much. I can say I've gone through it, but she has gone through it, and I could told her I could live 1,000 lifetimes and never get close to what she's had to go through. So I give my wife all the props in the world, and she's been one heck of a trooper. And like I said, I'm just here to support, love, and do my best to care. But I give all the props to her. She's the superstar.
I think we've got that in common amongst the three of us. We all married up.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. No doubt. No doubt.
We'll send her our love and just support and everything. That is awesome.
Thank you.
In chat,
I will.
Excited as well. So.
And you know
enough
how
about
much...
me. Let's get into the show.
Cool.
Enough about me. I know I feel good. You're sizing me up too much. Let's get into
it. Before we jump over to Scott's point, how he mentioned that we all married up and we were all so quick to admit it. Do you know how you can tell it was genuine? Because none of our wives watch this show at all. Not one bit. So
I'm just sitting here like this. She's like over here. I'm just like, what?
I've seen a few people comment. I wanted to pull it up. Now's the time. But Brian, to share news with you, Scott just found out this week or the last week that he's going to be granddad for the first time.
What?
There it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Grandpa.
Yeah.
G-Paw.
I ordered the walker and the tennis balls for the end.
For the feet.
I've been practicing. Get off my lawn. I've been practicing everything. It's gonna be.
That is legit. Congratulations. Oh man, you're gonna make your kids' life so great. You're gonna be like, yeah, I'll watch them. Sugar.
2,000 miles away. I mean, I don't know how this can be bad right now, but other than I have to wait forever to see them, but it's going to be, I go and I rile them up, but I spoil them and then I leave. And I guess it's
perfect.
It's the kid that comes over, but here, so I think I'll have to go this way.
I think that's the definition of grandma to a T.
Yeah.
But so I have no breaking news. Sorry to disappoint. I'm just here.
We still care for you, Thomas. Okay, still care.
Oh, that's really cool. That is. I'm wondering. Would he let us name the baby?
Man, I'm having a hard time trying to name the baby. My wife's like,
I know the answer is no, but
we do have some names. We do. Mm-hmm. But my wife, I'm like, okay, I want to pull the trigger and just at least have the name ready. But my wife, she's like, I may not know until I see the baby. And I'm like, you're going to put that pressure on me? What it's like, you're doped up or something's, like you're out of it. Yeah. And they're like, here, sign this. What's the baby's name? And I'm going to be like, I don't know.
I'll tell you how it works. You go to the hospital and they're like, oh, do they have a name? And they've got the pen ready. And you're like, not yet. And they're like, okay, baby McIntyre. And we've done it. Like, we probably should decide, right? Before we leave the hospital, we're gonna get this worked out.
Yeah.
So we've done a couple last minute decisions as well. But
it makes me want to ask my parents how I got my name.
I know how I got mine. My parents watched the credits at the end of movies. And they just like saw Brian and they were like, oh, that's a good name. I like that one.
What do you know what movie it was that?
I do not know what movie it was. And honestly, I don't think I want to know because I'll probably be disappointed.
Wasn't named for 6 months.
Stacy was no named for 6 months.
This is my child. What's her name? Child.
Well, technically, for 6 months you were Jane Doe, I guess, and then maybe and you got Stacy.
I was going to say, if you need help, coming up with names, I've gotten really good with AI, the AI tools, and I can get you if you want something original.
No, sad thing is, I've done that myself already. I literally went on to AI. I chat GPT'd it, and I was like, just like, here's my last name. What are some good like first names? And like, give me a list.
You have to put
Some of them were pretty comical though.
You've got to put in the qualifications. Make sure the acronym doesn't spell something bad. Like you don't want POS as your child's initials, right? So you've got to just have ChatGPT sort out. Can't be the butt of common jokes. You can't be. That's cool. Yeah.
You can definitely not name her Hillary.
No.
Because of your last name and the combination of that. That's hilarious. I mean,
That's
it would just
hilarious.
Well, let's move on from baby names, but stay on the topic of AI.
Love it.
Perfect.
First story of the night takes us to where we normally go.
Missouri.
Food.
Oh yeah, that too. Good call.
Podcast at some point we'll just gravitate to food, and this one happens to be
always
food.
We've got
food related,
jerky and candy, and there's just everything we've tested on the show.
Was that dog?
Very
food?
nice.
What was that? Archer. What was that?
Oh, it's a.
Oh, I thought it was dog snacks. I'm like, you've been trying those as well. You're really branching out.
I think you got those on the wrong aisle.
I will not eat dog food on a podcast. That is one thing I won't try. Even though I bet it's 10 times better than those stupid Harry Potter jelly beans we ate. But
so bad.
It was the worst thing ever. AI.
Food. You know it's bad. You know it's bad. And our use of AI has probably just gone too far when stores have to start making rules about AI. And you think, what rule could a restaurant have to make about AI? Quote, I'm doing one shift a week in the dining room, and a customer came in asking for a special I wasn't aware of. Apparently, you can use AI to come up with menu items that don't exist.
Yeah.
Or specials that don't exist. Like I'd like the 5-for-1 deal. Here's the coupon. That would be.
And Google's just pumping them out. It's crazy.
When he told me how he found the information, he typed it in his Google search bar. That first response that people see is generated by AI, so he couldn't find it again. It's the bad part. You Google something, get a response, but when you Google the same thing again, you get a completely different response. It's constantly changing. We made that post sort. Let's see, I want the quote. Okay, here's the post right here. This is on Facebook. Please do not use Google AI to find our specials. Please go to our Facebook page on our website. Google AI is not accurate and is telling people specials that do not exist, which is causing angry customers yelling at our employees. We cannot control what Google that it produces or something like that. So AI has gotten too smart. It's trying to get the right answers. It's guessing, it's getting it wrong, but people are putting their trust in it. And then they're like, wow, that sounds good.
Big time.
I would love to have the lumberjack special at McDonald's that has the 6x6 beef, 3 cheese, extra bacon. It doesn't exist. It's not there. It's not there.
Someone put that in a review somewhere one day, and then it got shown when you search for it and see what's going on. It's wild.
Oh my gosh. Gotta love AI. Ugh.
It's great and it's awful. All in the same sentence.
Absolutely.
That's all I can say about it. It's I found some great stuff, some quick, easy things that don't matter that I need, but anything of importance, nope. I've seen way too many errors. And I saw it in my former profession in the translation industry world of diving into that world. People saying, oh, it's tremendous. It's good. And then we had one of our human linguists who has been doing it for 30 plus years read through it and say, I will give this a C- at best. And it's so bad, I can only clean it up to about a B with spending 2 weeks on this. But if he would just start over and just translate it from scratch himself, we know what he can do and it'd be A+ work. I mean, that's how careful we have to be with AI and how things operate.
Well,
Yeah, we're not allowed to use it in policing. We're not supposed to put it through like, type your report up and make this sound more professional. Yeah, we're not supposed to do that because also too, you're putting in sensitive information. But I guarantee we have to say that to all these new recruits because this is the world we live in now. They're going to be like, "Oh, I can do this." Like, no, you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah,
they chat GPT'd all their term papers. So
yeah,
what's a little police report on an
but the problem is, imagine getting on the stand and you start talking, and they're like, "There's no way this person wrote this paper."
Why does it have this line out of Ernest Hemingway?
Quoted in a police report.
And here it's like to Italian. What is that? No, the restaurant, they actually reached out to Google trying to get this resolved. And apparently they got an automated response, which was adequate.
Of course.
Thanks for your concern.
Oh.
Yeah. MM's who joined. Who's the guest? We might be able to put names up.
Yeah, real quick. And I realized Stacy hasn't met Brian. There's a few others. So for those of you, since Officer Brian hasn't been on the podcast for quite some time, although he's been on several, he's not only a close friend of mine, but he's a close friend of the channel. He's an officer with the local PD of the town I live in here. He's in the community outreach department. What would it
community service division?
Community service division. So the department there holds a citizens police academy where any civilian can sign up and go learn all the ins and outs of the PD and educate ourselves and see what's going on. We learn about all the different divisions and units and everything throughout that. And Brian ran that whole court. How many weeks was that? 11?
12 weeks.
12 weeks.
Yeah.
And then Brian and I hit it off as friends and started to exchange information, and he came on the show a few times, and then I actually volunteered and helped him with another academy. So he's been on the show and we've talked police work, and we've been on the show and haven't talked that whatsoever and just had a good time. So it's been a while, but this is Officer Brian. He's local here in my town. So we see each other every once in a while, but he just loves the show and loves being here. It's a great dude.
And no, he doesn't pretend to arrest you on the side as a business.
No.
I know some people were going to ask, so I just had to. Officer Brian offered to not tase Thomas.
I ain't gonna lie, if I didn't have to cut through the red tape at my department, it would have been a quick zap. Oh no, my finger got left on the trigger. I'm sorry.
Malfunction. See, I've got a complaint to register with you, not about your department, but about my local sheriff's department.
Well, you just said it right there, sheriffs. Totally different.
Okay, yeah, it's different.
No, go ahead.
The sheriff's elected, police are appointed. I talked to my local sheriff. I'm like, hey, I'd love to do a ride along. What's the program? Do you have ride alongs or anything? And she's like, oh yeah. And she starts like digging through stuff like stickers and little wristbands and things. I'm like, I don't want like a little plastic badge or a sticker on my shirt. And I'm trying to explain that I don't want like a freebie. And she's like sort of not sure what I'm talking about. And I explained to you to have a program where civilians get to ride along with officers and, to experience like a citizens academy type of thing. She's like, oh yeah, that's code enforcement. You can become a code enforcement officer.
No,
your grass is too tall. Watch me write this ticket.
Oh my
God! Been up on the street for 3 days. So yeah, we don't have any program of the like around here.
Really? No ride along, no Citizens Academy, nothing of that nature.
Nothing. I can cite people for their FU trees, but that's about it.
God, I had so many people ride along with me in my career when I was on patrol, and man, I'd get them into stuff. I'm like, oh, you want to see this? Come here, we'll go to this call, and like just take off.
I did on a ride along. I think the fastest we went was 130. Responding to a drunk driver call, but it was in. We had like a really wide freeway that was paved the whole thing, and we had 3 lanes in the center that were all median lanes, and so we were just down the center with no traffic. And
nice.
It was fast. It was a lot of fun. we caught him right at the county line, lit him up on our side, and then parked on the other side, so we were in the other county, so we were like poaching, and then the officers like taking all the beer cans and stuff and putting them on top of the car to show, all the other officers that are driving by, and everyone looked. All the local, the Weber cops were mad because Davis County got the arrest. It was good fun.
You do there's that. It happens that way. They're like, no, this is mine. You're on my side. Mine.
We lit him up when he was on our side, so we can pursue statewide in Utah. So it's all good.
Mom of Three says, I'm putting right along on my bucket list. Please do it. It is so much fun. And if you do one and it's not that much fun, do it again. Most apartments that have that program are nearly unlimited. I mean, you can't do one every single day, but if you don't have the greatest experience the first time, because maybe it's a really slow night, or maybe just don't happen to click with the personality of that deputy, put in for another one a few weeks later or a month later or something like that. It's incredible.
We do quarterly, so you're like once every 3 months. You can go on like for a year.
Awesome.
And you can pick day shift, night shift. You can go for 1 hour. You can go for 12 hours.
You want night on a weekend. That's where it's at.
I honestly, man, a Tuesday can pop off. A Tuesday afternoon can go a little crazy, man.
Yeah. I went on one and it was phenomenal. I think I've already told the story a handful of times on the show, but got in a foot pursuit myself, caught the suspect myself before the cop came up behind me to give me back up, the whole 9 yards. I mean, it was unreal. There's no way I'll go on another one because there's no way I can top what happened. I mean, jumped the fence, ripped my jeans, cut my knee, chased the person out.
Right, fight.
It's the reason we have the waiver.
Yes. Yeah. I was getting medical care to my knee, which I didn't really want. But my officer looked at, he was a sergeant at the time, and he looked at the officers that had the kit, and he said, don't say a word, understood? And that was it. Yes, Sarge. While they were doctoring my knee up, and off they went. And awesome. It was great. That was early in the night too. We had, I don't know how many more calls. We had a stolen car. We had a patron got beat up brutally by some bouncers at a bar, and everyone was cheerleading when we got to that scene because the guy was still doing this after he was checked.
I miss those nights.
It was wild. Like I said, there's no way I'm going on another one because there's no way I could top the one that I had. It was unbelievable.
Disappointment.
Yes.
Writing reports all night.
Yes. Like
yeah.
Absolutely. But speaking of police work and breaking the law, we've got it. Breaking the law. This is a big one. This one but this is in Scotland.
Okay.
And it's there's a scandal in the World Stone Skipping Championship. A whole bunch of participants caught cheating, skipping stones. How do you cheat skipping stones?
The championship.
They said the world. I don't know where Scotland ranks on that. I mean, I wasn't invited, and I can skip a stone, but I don't know where qualifiers were and how you kind of climb that ladder. But
it gives the impression that there are nationals as well.
You would think, right? Like Team USA versus Norway versus
certain, to make it. I didn't know there were even local ones. Beyond family, I didn't think stone skipping was a competition.
It's my opinion is always it was a competition amongst yourself. Like I just skipped it 3 times. Now I need to skip it 5.
And usually I lose.
Yeah. I didn't know people actually meet and compete, and there's rules on top of that. But
it's up there with like ESPN 8, the Ocho, like World Dodgeball Competition. Dodgeball. They cover all the off-cue sporting events, but people still go crazy with them.
I'm just envisioning, I haven't seen this, but I'm envisioning they've got like these cameras with huge long-range lenses that can follow the stone as it skips across the lake, and the drone that's keeping the top-down view, and the counter on the screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I feel like those people are better than a person that has to follow a golf ball, man.
Probably so. Yeah.
They probably got paid more. Golf ball. The people that follow the golf ball, they get like $2,000 a day per camera. That was back 10 years ago. Yeah.
But they're so good because you zoom in and then all the way out and then back in. I mean, they're good at what they do. But anyways, in this competition, you have to use stones that are native to that area of the land that they're in Scotland to skip. Turns out they found competitors with stones that have been imported and fabricated to skip better.
They're like 3D printed.
Like, how do you draw the line? Like, you're skipping stones and you're cheating in that? Come on. Like,
I pray they have
gee,
like
Christmas.
a geologist or something on staff. This guy's like, no.
He's got the
No.
dual microscope. He's like, nope, that's not local.
You see him over there like tasting it. He's like, no,
Yeah,
that's
test.
plasticky. That's got plastic.
This is definitely a sandstone. This is not slate.
So here's the readback from it. The rules of the competition require the stones thrown by competitors to skim across the surface of the water to be naturally occurring slate from the island. But several competitors in this year's event were found to be wielding rocks that appeared to have been shaped and smoothed by machine. That's how desperate you are to win the skipping championship.
Well, it's
And
gotta be
they
cutthroat.
probably paid money for that. Like, not all these people had a hookup. Like, hey, will you shape a stone for me and get me all dialed in? They paid for this.
What do you think's
Like-
on the line? I mean, what are they going to win?
I wonder if it's. I don't think it's.
Brad, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say, are they like putting these things in like wind tunnels? Like, look at the aerodynamics on this bad boy.
Like, people cheat at the silliest of things. My mind is blown. I can't find what the payout is, but
I'm Googling right now.
Red pin hit it, like bragging rights. I mean, yeah, I'm stone
Free
skipper
drink.
world
Oh.
champion, bro.
oh, Kentucky man Jonathan Jennings became the competitor's first ever American winner. So it is the world's. People go to Scotland to compete from the U.S. Lucy Woods won the adult female category for the 6th time. Apparently, we're the ones in the dark here, and this is actually a real big thing. There's no way it's. I don't understand.
There's
Okay.
let's see. There's no. The World Stone Skimming Championship is on the Isle of Easdale. It offers prizes like the World Stone Skipping Cup and a trophy called the Birdie, with winners in larger competitions potentially earning up to $200 in prize.
Oh man, you got me. I was like,
Pay for the train ticket to get there.
No.
It's got to be something. It's got to be the name on the wall.
Stacy,
I mean,
no,
Thomas,
not a Guinness thing.
Everyone has their thing. I mean, if you look, we have, in Oklahoma, you can go to the world long distance driving competition. People just teeing up balls and knocking the snot out of them.
This is true.
I mean, everybody got their vice, I guess.
I entered a competition just a couple of weeks ago for collard eating. Who could eat the most collard greens? I lost. 3 pounds in, I lost. But
Gee,
it's so disgusting.
that makes my stomach hurt.
It did. Tasted bad. Never again.
Cheating. Okay. So
I'm wondering, like, part of me is like, okay, it has to be a local rock, but if you pick one up, can you like rub 2 rocks together to get the corners off, the edges off? I mean, it just have to be like found in natural state. You just pick it up and throw it as it is.
found and it has to be from the slate of the island. Let's be honest, it was a skipping competition. I didn't go down the rabbit hole of the rule book and really see what's going on here. But
You're getting out there, Scott, man. He's like, I need deets. I need to know.
I want to
loophole.
I want to go off script here.
Yeah.
And I want us to let's put ourselves out there a little bit.
Okay.
What have the 3 of us cheated on before in our lives? Doesn't matter if you're 5 or today's day and age. Let's admit something we cheated on.
My driver's license test.
Oh, please do share how you did that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't do well on my test, and and then I went back to talk to my teacher, and he's like, I don't remember. Didn't you pass your test? I'm like, well, I know I didn't do well, and he's like, I think you passed, and he filled it out and said I passed, and I'm driving to this day. So I lost the paperwork. I think
the live footage of stop sign running or red light running.
I don't recall what you're speaking of.
I think it's on the channel. We could go back and look. But interesting. So you didn't cheat. He cheated for you.
I probably should have said, no, I'm pretty sure I got a worse score than that because he filled it out like I aced it. He had filled out paperwork before. I just hadn't kept it. I knew I didn't do well. I hadn't hit any cars. which I know other people have hit cards, so other people did worse than me. So I think I should have passed, but I just lost the paperwork. And I know that when I got the paperwork, it said I was like a student, aced the test. We're good to go.
Nice.
That's a good one. It's innocent but good.
Mhm.
Like that's not a harmful one. Brian, do you have one? Are you still thinking?
Mine's kind of innocent, you know, like in school.
Has to be. You're a
Especially
peace
like
officer, so you got to play this down.
it was in school. I remember like in junior high, like, you know, the desk you'd sit at. I remember I'd get there in class and they'd give us time to study, and I would take a pencil and write like really, I could write really, really small so I could abbreviate my answers. And then like I would put the paper over it and like slide the paper to see. And then when I got done to turn in the paper, I'd get back to my desk and I'd like stretch and I'd just like wipe off the pencil marks off the desk. I'd just be like, yeah. I did that on more than one test.
This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. Thomas?
Luckily, our teachers are not watching.
Thomas,
this.
you play golf, so I know that there's potential.
A few golf balls out there a few times.
No, that's one thing I definitely don't cheat. Even if it's a friendly game, I cannot cheat on it because even in that used to be my profession. And I had been around many people that cheated often and watching it. Like, you don't even have any money on the line today. What are you cheating for? It means nothing to anybody. You're the only one that cares about your score today, and you're going to go home and lie to yourself, lie to your wife. She doesn't even care she doesn't even know if you shot 90 or 72 and what that even means. Why are you cheating today? So no, that's one thing for me. I definitely can't cheat in golf because I either play great one day or I'm terrible the next. It's just the way golf happens. Cheryl. Yeah. I made a post on the Facebook page about this. That's where Cheryl's talking about.
Hey, Dad, how's it going? He's watching.
Brian, last week I admitted to some juvenile
delinquency.
Yeah. And I said, my dad's not watching, so I'll admit it. And then I put on the Facebook about 4 days later that I got a text from my dad saying, on replay crew, watching the podcast. And now I'm grounded indefinitely. But
statute of limitations, bro. Okay. Learn that phrase.
Yeah, that's right. I've got two scenarios. One, I'm kind of in line with Scott. My sophomore year of high school, I think I had to go to summer school for math, I want to say, because I didn't fare so well. I didn't really love school. I just hated homework. I just wouldn't do it. I would just wait for tests. And unfortunately that would hurt. So I went to summer school and I found out real quick that my teacher liked breakfast burritos. So my 5th day in of summer school, bringing him a breakfast burrito, he said, "Hey, you're good. See you next year." And I never went back.
That's not cheating. That's bribing. There's a difference.
It's working the system.
We've got very similar experiences on that. I'm going to put my glasses on. My eyes are feeling this already.
He said, "See you later." It was awesome.
Summer school, sophomore, junior, and senior year, summer school. Math. Yes. I didn't cheat, but the system they used was like some old program where it didn't store your progress. It wasn't like, oh, you were a student such and such. This is where you're at. We're going to begin. No, you could go in and you could take the placement test and you could get right to where you are. You basically do as well you can. It's like, here's where you are. Now you have to do these computer programs that you have to do questions. Or for some reason, I really did poorly on the placement tests and had to start with addition because I could fly through. I mean, I'm great at geometry. Okay. It's algebra where I get a little iffy, and then trig is just like, shoot me now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I did every single year, my summer school class, I got the credit for doing the same addition section in math.
You were smart enough to know the system.
I'd worked up into like fractions or something by the end of the summer school class. And there I got the same credit as if I'd gone to trig. So on the report card, it looks the same. It's like,
it's a great loophole find.
Math is hard.
The second scenario I have where I truly cheated and I'm actually okay with it It's when I was playing semi-pro hockey as a goaltender. And if there was a big scrum in the net and everything was happening and there was just people everywhere and the ref is jockeying for position to see the puck and where it's at because it's bouncing around in my feet and their feet and everything. So in hockey, the puck has to fully cross the red line to be a goal. If a piece of it is touching the red line, it's not in. And everything's so covered up. And if that puck crossed that red line, but if I could scoot it over a little bit more, inch it out and camouflage it and make it look like I didn't. Yeah, I mean, I spent years doing that all day long, and I'm okay with it because it's competition. It's the game. It's, to me, it's, for those that watch baseball, it's the catcher catching a ball just outside the strike zone and trying to frame it back in to look like a strike.
Move it in.
And letting the umpire decide from there. I was framing that puck into where it looked like a no goal and letting the referee make his decision from there. I don't know. That was one thing that's technically cheat. I'm not going to stand up and say, all right, ref, blow the whistle. It crossed the red line. It's a goal. I mean, there's
competition at this point.
There's not nothing in the world that's going to do that.
We're going to rewrite all the hockey scores. We're going to correct all the records.
Your stats are shot.
Yeah, I definitely let in more goals than my stats show because it didn't happen all the time, right? But twice a season, maybe something like that. You're talking 82 games in a season, but it's just, you're in the middle of battle. You're not going to give up and roll over just like that. So that's a cheating that
I'll let that one slide.
I can go to my grave with, and I sleep okay.
I'm just impressed you can see the puck when it's going that fast. I'm like, just watch for the action, and then eventually they'll tell us where it went. That's me when I watch hockey. Like it was here, and that guy did like a slap shot, and then it was just disappeared. The puck was gone, and there was a fight over there, and this guy got checked, and then they said goal. That's
for sure. A lot of it, though, the higher in the level you get, the more it's prediction. I can see the body language, the way the stick's facing, at which the angle he's holding it, at where he's looking, to know this puck is probably going high and probably high left. And so you start to prepare. I mean, now granted, that all happens in about 2 seconds maybe, but the higher you get, better players do that, and they get prepped early. It's called early prepping because they want to, before they get the puck, they already know where they kind of want to put it. And so a lot of it is that it's positioning and where you are and blocking in general. Because if they're real close, you just hope to be in position and hope it just hits you in a pad somewhere. But yeah, it's wild. I don't know. I look back now and go, oh, what an idiot. Who wants to be a goalie? It's the stupidest thing in the world. It hurts. There's no way I would do it now.
Speaking of cheating, doing something you're not supposed to do, we've got another story that takes us to the world of wedding nuptials. No, it's not what you think. It's not what you think. It's not that cheating. It's when you say I do. You invite all your friends and family, and they all have to come and celebrate the occasion. And sometimes someone comes that shouldn't be there.
Oh, wedding crasher?
Wedding crashers. Wedding crashers.
Yes.
This story right here is out of, I missed where it was. I had it a second ago. UK, but let's see. It just says UK. I thought I knew the town, but I don't have it. Oh, there it is. Ayrshire. Ayrshire is where this happened.
Better you than me.
She, bride, goes through the wedding pictures after the big day and is looking at the pictures, and she's like, oh, there's so and so and so. There's everybody. There's family. There's Uncle Bob and all that. And who's that? And the groom's like, huh? Who's that? And he's like, I don't know. Must be someone from your side. She's like, it's not from my side. I don't know the guy. There's a wedding crasher in the photos, and she has spent 4 years trying to find who this guy is.
Just let it go. Oh.
She even got to some big influencer, a guy who had like 400,000 subscribers on Facebook or something, or followers on Facebook, and has been posting pictures of this guy. Do you know who this is? Can you find this guy? And once she went to this big influencer, it took like 2 hours, and like found him, and they got his name, and they're like, you. And so they hooked up as far as no, not they didn't hook up, but they
Speaking of cheating,
they connected. And it turns out it was actually an innocent mistake. He was going to a different wedding and was running late, and had only met the bride. And he's like, he's there. He's like, doesn't know anybody. He's like, yeah, I'm just here to support. And she goes walking down the aisle, and he's like, I don't know anybody.
I'm in the wrong place.
Four.
Yay! I can get out of here.
4 years later, I think they actually took a picture together while they're like sort of laughing. Yeah, they're there. It's arm in arm. I'm not going to show you because I'm not going to out him. But, found who it was. I guess now she can rest easy. I'm hoping they didn't get divorced over this. I mean, the husband's like, really? Why are you so obsessed with the guy?
What I love though is like he's in every picture, even if it's just of the bride and the groom walking or something. He's being respectful. He's standing up with all the other guests and smiling, watching the happy couple going. He's participating. He's like, I'm in the wrong place. He didn't just duck out the back door and like save me. He participated in, I'm going to be cordial with all the guests and hang out and smile and cheer on the new happy couple. Yay. And so he's in the background of all these pictures. Like,
just what's the bride gift? It's the reception, it's like,
oh, hey. Yes.
Or if it was just the open bar, and he stayed until it was done, and then he left.
I wonder if he texted any of his friends during the event, like, dude, where's my car? I don't know where I am. What's going on?
Yeah. I think I'm in the wrong place. I'm going to be a little late.
Yeah. I've got do what?
Have you ever crashed a party?
Yes, once, but I wasn't there to party. I was there to see a single person I knew at the time, halfway ongoing, and I went to see that person so we could have a conversation real quick, and then I was going to leave and go home. But I found out real quick that I was not welcome to that party, and I got chased out with a couple guns.
Okay, mine wasn't that bad. My wife took us on she planned like a date that I had no clue about. It was fun. We went like go-karting and out to amazing dinner. And then we went to a hotel, which it just surprised me because I'm like, I wasn't even expecting a date. And she's like got all this planned out. She's hidden, but a go bag in the trunk and everything. We go to this nice American, I think it was a huge, really fancy posh hotel. And we check in. I'm like, every minute of the day, it's like, holy cow, I can't believe you pulled this off without me noticing. We go to check into the room. We slide the key in the door and open it, and the entire room is just decorated in balloons and streamers and gifts all over the place. I'm like, Jen, you shouldn't have. This is up. No, it wasn't our party.
Wasn't for you.
It was the wrong room that was set up for someone else's surprise. So that's the closest I came to crashing the party. I was, should have opened a few gifts while I was there, but
100%.
There's keepers, right? If somebody left it in the hotel room, no, it's not how it works.
Well, I'm a police officer, so you can imagine I've crashed a lot of parties.
Ooh, here he comes. Ooh.
I was actually pretty on the side of town I patrolled a lot. We had a lot of house parties. And I would go up to him. I'm like, look, I'll give you one warning. Technically, if you can keep everyone inside, keep it down so nobody's outside screaming, acting a fool, I'll let it fly. But if I have to come back, I'll have to shut it down. Like, I'm going to give you the chance. I'm going to give you the opportunity to be adults here,
right, and
try to keep it inside and keep it a little under wraps so no one's calling. But if a cop comes, I have to do my job. So I got to tell y'all to get out of here.
Which is fair. That's fun.
Yeah, because who doesn't want to have a good little time at a house? We've all done it.
Totally. And it's better. Well, I say it's better than being out late at the club, but never mind. There's just one homeowner, and then there's all those other people at this house, which is like their club for the moment. So I guess they're not. But
I don't want to say too much, but as a teenager, I can tell you there was nothing more exhilarating in my life than hiding from a police searchlight on a car as it's driving by. The adrenaline you feel when they're looking for you and you can't move and you're hoping that you're completely concealed, and they've got like a daylight spotlight going through the bush. Oh my goodness. I never did anything really bad, but just, curfew type things, toilet papering, maybe
Okay.
some BB gun stuff, but
Okay. Along those lines,
Mhm.
sorry, Dad, week 2 in a row for listening.
We're just,
So we didn't live on a golf course, but there was a golf course 2 streets away, and it was in our little neighborhood community. It was open to the public, but it was patrolled as if it was like a country club. And when I say patrolled, they had a little single cab Ford Ranger pickups with one little spotlight, the little alley light, right? And they would drive on the cart path at night, just making sure people weren't fishing or, any vandalism, anything like that. Sorry, my dogs are going crazy. So we actually didn't do anything wrong other than, I guess, waste some time. Friend and I, if we had like a sleepover or whatever, we'd walk down to the cart path and we'd go to an area where we knew the patrol would kind of come down, and as their spotlight's moving, we would intentionally get spotlighted. We would bait them. We weren't fishing. We weren't wrecking anything. In fact, we kind of liked golf stuff. So we made sure not to run across greens or do anything crazy. So we would just, once we got spotlighted and they started coming down, we would just take off running and go lay down behind a hill and watch the spotlight just go over the hill and not see us. And then they'd get around a corner, go somewhere else, and then we'd try to get our way back in the spotlight. So they'd see us again and like come back and go get us. And then we go around the other way and just hide. So we weren't doing anything wrong other than the poor security guard who was probably like retired and 80 years old, just doing his thing. It's just, yeah, I'm going to get regrounded for sure. We didn't do anything wrong. And it was just after sundown. So we weren't out past our curfews, but I guess it's an adrenaline thing for young dudes at the time, right? I don't know.
I'm thinking of the dude driving the car being like, "You pesky kids! I won't one day."
And he thinks we're ruining stuff, I'm sure, because it's dark, you can't see, but we're not harassing any of the homes that live there, going in their backyards, nothing like that. And then we would just turn around, walk up the path.
Picking on the poor old man. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, when you put it that way, it sounds pretty bad.
the worst part for me was my best friend's uncle was a police officer who's a detective on the force, and he became the police chief.
Oh,
and so if we got caught, we would get, first of all, we'd get the treatment the police would give you, and then we'd also get it from the uncle. It was like, y'all making me look bad.
I can beat you at home because I'm off duty.
There were times we had a little catch basin, like a flood basin at the base of the canyon behind our house.
Yeah.
And officially it was like no trespassing, but like what, everyone's going to go there, right? We went there all the time. That was where we played. That's where, we fished and all sorts of stuff. But
yeah.
It's a big rock wall dam with a cement grate at the end on an angle, and we would slide a 2x4 or a 4x8 plywood sheet over the grate, and it covered it perfectly. And you could make that little stream that was about a foot deep suddenly become a lake. And it was a lot of fun. It obviously defeats the purpose of the flood retention should there be a flash flood. But he was always the one that would catch us on that, and he'd make us drag it out. We'd have to use a grappling hook and pull that board up. But then he'd leave and go back to work. And once we pulled the board up and all this lake is draining, we would surf the exit pipe with the water all straight down. It was so dangerous.
So dangerous.
He died a million times, but he got me in trouble a couple times. But he smoked cigars, and you could always smell him coming. It's like when you smell the cigar smoke on the air, it's like, quick, hide. Here comes Uncle Neil.
And he's like, yeah, nice try.
Yeah.
But we've been talking weddings and we've been outing ourselves. Mm-hmm. But let's talk about stories that spouses are taking to their grave. Ooh. Although they're outing themselves online, they're doing it anonymously. But we've got 18 things. I'm not going to read them all. Because some are just kind of whatever, boring, kind of weird, but some of them are kind of funny.
The first one I found hilarious.
So you go with that one then. I'll let you do that one because that's pretty comical how they do it.
The first one, basically when a spouse, this couple, when they disagree on like where they should go out to dinner, what they should do for a date night or something like that. If they disagree, they consult the magic 8 ball. Make it random. Right. And just, shake it up and see what we should do. The spouse, you can guess which one it is, says, here's the thing she doesn't know.
So the husband.
In a standard magic
God.
8-ball, there are 10 positive responses, 5 negative, and 5 neutral. So whenever I really want my restaurant or whatever to win, I make sure it's the positive option, so the odds are in my favor. Every time
He rigs it.
the dice, he's rigged. He's got a 50% higher chance to win than she does. That's like divorce court material.
100%. This one, I don't think it's going to be a big, like, whoa. I think there might be a lot of crickets in chat. Not that big of a deal, but we live in a small town. If I see my in-laws' car parked somewhere, I avoid going there. There's probably not everyone's saying, oh, what a jerk. Are you kidding me? I would never do that. Right? There's probably now I'm lucky. My in-laws are fantastic, so I don't have to. But you hear the stories, you've got the friends, you've got the people that's probably a common theme. Like, yeah, so everyone does it.
Here's one that's just a weird situation that he didn't know how to solve it. I bought a backpack from Walmart for a work trip, and on the trip he found panties in it. I wanted to tell my wife, hey, like, holy cow, found panties in my, but I stopped when I realized that almost no one would believe I just happened to find panties in a backpack on a work trip.
There's no way someone believes that. The only way I would is because he bought the backpack from Walmart and people leave product all over the store. I mean, I found Cheese Whiz next to wheel cleaner yesterday. I'm like, okay, lazy people throwing stuff. But I mean, I don't, that's, yeah. Stacy says, oh God, not from aisle 8. That's where it comes from.
I was coming back for that. Oh, oh, they're on sale too.
It was probably somebody who was trying to, steal it and then had to either ditch it because they thought they were, they're onto them, or stitching it for later. Like, they probably bought the wrong backpack, the one that was not stuffed with panties.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of. I feel like if you're buying a backpack, I don't know. I'm like looking at it. I'm like opening it up, looking inside. I'm checking out what I'm buying. Not just I'm just gonna take this one and I'm good with it.
I do the same because I don't want to get stopped for theft, right? Because a lot of times they'll check it, they'll look at it, cameras will see it. I do the same when I bought tackle boxes from Walmart or anything. I open it up, look through it, see what's there, what's not, and put it, just because it's Walmart. People do weird things at that store, and so I'm not walking out. So kind of shame on him for not checking out his backpack before he walk out with it. I mean, that's what are you thinking? This one here, I think this one's kind of sweet. He thinks I prefer the flat wings, and he said so convenient because he likes the drumstick wings, but she actually prefers the drumsticks, but she's not going to ruin it for him, so she's just riding that out. So I think a lot of people do that in certain areas of things just to avoid conflict, but a lot of times it's a little bit easier just to bend and be a little bit flexible for your spouse in one area. Because I feel like it makes up for it in another area somewhere else. And if it's not worth saying no, then let it ride. And it's not like you're eating those every single night. So
I can vouch for that. My story is when me and my wife were dating, I got her one of those like James Avery rings. We actually just got married, so I got her a ring that had A on it for my last name, and she was closing a door and kind of smashed her finger in the door, but it caught that ring and like smashed the ring down on her finger.
Ooh.
So I had to get some pliers and kind of undo it to get it off. Well, it was all like cattywampus, all bent out of shape. And she was upset because she really liked that ring. I was like, oh yeah, I'll take it back to the store and see if they can fix it. When I took it, they were like, nah, we can't fix it. And I was like, well, I'll just buy her another one and tell her they fixed it. And I did tell her that. She's like, oh, they fixed it. I'm like, yeah, they fixed it. And literally like 4 years later, I was like, yeah, I had to rebuy you your ring because your other one was just, it was gone. And she's like, no, you didn't. And I went, yeah, I rebought you the ring because she felt so bad that it happened. But literally it was a freak of nature. It could have happened to anyone. It was an accident. So just to make her feel better, I ended up repurchasing that ring.
it's what you got to do.
Yeah.
I think, gee, many Christmas. My dogs are just going crazy down there. Scott, you look like you've got one pegged that you want to.
I was just looking at some of the other ones where it's similar to, I could never tell my in-laws that I actually hate this, so they think I love it. I just realized that I can't tell any stories.
You have family that watches this show. I like number 16. Really, it kind of accompanies Officer Brian in his story, and it was, but it dates back. And I was passing notes between a classmate, my now wife, in high school, and told her I liked this girl in class. Well, it was a different girl that I actually had a crush on, but she proceeded to ask if I was talking about herself. So in a panic and not to hurt her feelings, I said yes. She then proceeded to tell me she liked me too. Long story short, we have 5 kids and been married for 16 years, or been together 16 years, made married 13. So, and he said, I will take that secret to my grave. That note was for someone else.
Yep. That's
divine intervention.
It was meant to be. It was meant.
Yeah.
The next one is the spouse says, my wife thinks I'm terrible at cooking, but I'm actually like really good at it. But she's really bad, but does cook. And so I just screw things up every time I cook so that she doesn't feel so bad about what she cooks.
Groceries are expensive. I'd be like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm doing the cooking.
It was amazing when my oldest kid figured it out. It was like she suddenly got in on the conspiracy of a lifetime.
That's awesome.
Dad's handing over the food like.
Yeah. Wow. None of y'all in chat have ever experienced anything. I've seen a couple stories going up.
Yes.
A couple of you have a few stories you need to keep real quiet about as well. But
we're winding down on time just a little bit, but I want to defer this story. Scott being the tech guy and Brian, given your current situation, which you can allude as much to or a little to of, but I want to let you all jump on this story between Uber Eats and their venture right now. Super cool. Uber Eats and Flytrex and what's going on there. I think it's awesome.
Uber Eats is taken to the sky, but the Uber driver is not. That's pretty much how it boils down.
Nailed it. That's it. Great show. See you everyone later.
Drone deliveries of your favorite food coming soon to a town near you. It was the future. It's the present now. That's it. It's becoming real. And I was talking to Thomas about this a little before the show. The FAA, in their authorization of drones in the airspace, is what they call it, has always had a plan and been directed to, at a certain stage, reach a point where they can authorize and manage drones that fly beyond visual line of sight. Okay. Mm-hmm. And we're at there. I think they're doing a notice of rulemaking right now, or the NOTAM. I don't know what's gonna happen there, how it's gonna look exactly, but they're basically, they have been given instructions that we need to get to point B, which is drones flying all over the place without people actually watching them, and they have to figure out how to get there right now. So deliveries with food, we've got some exceptions. People, they're getting waivers right now to do it, but it's going to be the norm. And once it becomes the norm, the sky is no longer safe. I mean, it's going to be so cool. It's going to be awesome.
Meet George Jetson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because to the people out there, I actually just, for my department, I just joined our drone team. So I'm in the process of getting my Part 107 license and all of that. But with the way it works, we have to be certified. Since I work for a police agency, we have to have all these waivers. Like you said, Scott, like the way the FAA has got with waivers and everything, and how quickly you can get a waiver done. It used to take
it's almost
90 days or longer, or months. Now you can, for us as a police agency, in an event of emergency, we need a waiver done. It literally takes us like 20 minutes. Yeah. If that. It can be actually done pretty faster now. And it's crazy now. But I feel like it's awesome to hear that, but also too, I'm terrified because I hope they at least get that stipulation. Not everyone can just have a drone and, oh, this drone can handle the weight load, and just put a basket on it and hope they can make it to their destination.
Everyone's gonna be wearing hard hats.
Yeah.
So just drones falling out of the sky. It's going to happen. And unfortunately, I think the bigger issue is not the FAA rules, but the laws in towns and cities and states have not caught up with where we are technology wise.
Oh, no.
It's always trailing. And so it's going to be reactionary, and the laws are probably somewhere going to go like way too far, like North Carolina, where it's basically illegal to fly a drone without, the King of England's consent. Ask me how
I just wonder how many calls a police agency is going to get for people trying to pluck them things out of the air.
Well, it happened just months ago. I think it was a town with a Walmart delivery by drone or something. And an older gentleman was tired of it, and he came out and he shotgun that drone right out of his front yard as it was flying through. And he was arrested and charged big time. Can't do it. So people are going to get annoyed because they feel a sense of, loss of privacy with these things, because they assume every single drone's got a camera, which they all do.
And they're all
everything else. Yeah. And they're all spying on you. I mean,
the truth is that there are drones that can do that very much so. And Brian, with drones,
absolutely. Yeah.
And not just, they can do shortwave infrared, they can do FLIR, they can do, side by side IR visual. They've got thermal, everything. And you can spy on people 6 ways till Sunday. But most drones, especially the hobbyist drones, the cameras they have can see and see somebody from about 100 feet away and determine it's a human, and from about 10 feet away you can see who it is, and beyond that it's just like it's like a GoPro looking at the world. It's just
we're trying to enact a new drone program here in our town that can actually respond to calls. So instead of, if officers are tied up, we can dispatch a drone to that area if it's a low priority call, just to check it. And if we don't see anything, dispatchers and police can clear that call and just send the drone back to base, and the officers can continue on. So we're not having to respond to every little call or 30 calls a night. We can go to the high priority stuff. So I could see
pretty cool
scales, and I'm ready to see where we go with it.
If my police department here in Greenville did that, they just keep like 4 or 5 drones just hovering over Walmart. We're just
running out the back. Just
it's
follow.
It's cheaper.
The bad Walmart.
Yeah.
Not the good one.
That is, I am honestly, I'm excited about it. I got into drones before it was cool, right? So I think I was probably the first person who commercially was filming in Utah with drones. So I was flying drones with cameras before drones came with cameras. And so I had to build my own gimbals and transmitters and everything else. And man, the money was so good back then, like $400 an hour to fly a drone that really has a crappy picture. Nowadays, someone can buy an entire setup for that and just get their own drone and film as many things as they want, and it can do it automated and look even better. But love drones, love the technology. I've always been a sucker for technology. So.
Yeah, amen.
I'm big on them right now. For one, those of you that were Facebook friends got to see some of the ranch work that we did, and I put a video out. So that's the whole reason we bought that drone. But the second reason being when there's storms in the area, I love to launch the drone, head out and try to snap some pics and get them uploaded. That's my favorite part of having the drone, and nothing else really. And I try to be respectful of our neighborhood and the people around, and I post those very pictures in our little neighborhood community Facebook page as well, so that way they kind of know what's going on. But I try, I'm never hovering above a house directly right here in our neighborhood. There's some space beyond our neighborhood that I can go and set up and take pictures of weather and whatnot. So I just know I wouldn't like it with us having a pool. If my wife was back there sunbathing in a bathing suit and I walk out and there's just a drone hovering continuously over my backyard, I wouldn't like it either.
I get the shotgun.
Yeah.
I don't blame the people that don't like them either. So I understand.
Officer Brian, you told the story about your wife's ring, and it reminded me of something. I had somebody who stole my mood ring. I still don't know how I feel about it, but it's
oh, and he hit the wrong outro too.
Dang.
Terrible. How did I get the wrong outro on this one?
Fail.
There we go.
I saw a very well-dressed man on a bicycle yesterday. Yeah. But behind him was a very poorly dressed man on a tricycle. And then, but looking at it dawned on me what the big difference really was.
What?
A tire.
Hey.
That's what we come to.
Way to run a good show.
Brian, any regrets for coming on the show tonight?
I have no regrets. I live for this stuff. Like, to hang out with y'all and see all the funny comments and everything. Like, this is where it's at. It's just good, wholesome fun.
It is. It is. Love it. We are super excited. Obviously, once again, give our best to your wife. We're excited for you. That is just awesome news. Can't wait for all, the updates as you experience.
Right, me too. I'll definitely update y'all when I'm ready to.
That'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. Thank you, Thomas, as always. Appreciate you. Thank you very much for putting this one together.
Love it. Love it. Another fun show. Thank you, everyone in chat, for being involved, being here watching on a Thursday night. You can do anything else on a Friday Eve, but you're here with us. And we truly, as we say it every week, grateful for you to be here, because our fun is interacting with you guys and reading your comments and being here. If it was just us, it would be so boring and we wouldn't do it. So thank you all for tuning in and watching the show.
Yeah, but we'd still be talking like 2 hours from now. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. Brian, Thomas, thank you very much. You guys have a great night. We'll see you guys tomorrow. My button's not working, Thomas. I need your help.
Good job.